Can you just walk us through your decision to come back? And obviously didn't go the way you wanted for most of that season.
Yeah.
What came into like you wanted to go?
Man, it was a long talk with the family. We felt like this was the best decision for me. Had a good talk with Coach Stoops and Bush after the season, and decided to come back to lead the group. So excited.
What does that leadership look like with so many new guys in your room?
Yeah.
It's basically wholesale.
I think it just starts with getting them to trust me. You know what I'm saying, and holding myself to a high standard to where they can see me as an example of what it takes to do the same things every day, and just showing them the way, and serving them. That's what it is. That's what it's all about leadership. Is loving them and serving them. So that's what I'm working on doing with the guys to get them to trust me.
Jamari, what was it that you think clicked for you those last 4 games?
Opportunities. That's all it is for me. All I need is opportunities. I know I'll make it. So I'll just stay ready throughout the whole season, even though it didn't go the way that I wanted it. Just stay ready and practice. Stay working hard, and opportunities came. I just made it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you played a lot of slot earlier. They maybe shifted you outside later in the year.
Yeah.
Is that the plan moving forward? Maybe play more outside?
Yeah, play more outside. Yeah, because I think Dane and Barry Allen went down a few of those games that I played outside, and that's really my natural position. Like I played outside at North Texas the year I went 4,000, so that's kind of like that was kind of natural to me. It wasn't a hard switch for me, but I can do both. So.
How's it been to get to work with Damien?
It's been good, man. I worked with him. I think my second year being at Mizzou, me and JJ Hester worked with him, so I kind of already knew him. Got a good relationship with him. He got a good relationship with my cousin Jeremy Maclin as well. So he holds us to a high standard every day, man. He's trying to push us to be our best.
After the Louisville game, talk about the accountability and leadership. It's obviously early, but how have you seen that kind of improve from last year?
It's doing good. It's doing good so far, man. It's just like just being selfless is the biggest things for everybody, man. And being selfless and not saying that last year a lot of people were selfish, but man, just being selfless, man, just putting the team first. I feel like that's the biggest thing that we're doing right now as a team, and just building that up.
Bush told us that the whole wide receiver room seems to have a little bit of a chip on its shoulder.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In what way is that for you personally, and maybe for some of those other guys?
I think for me personally, this is my last year, man, and I had plans to go to the NFL after last season, but it didn't go the way I wanted. God got different plans for all of us, man. I'm just trusting His plan, so I got a chip on my shoulder to be the best receiver in the nation. That's just all of our mindsets in the receiver room. Coach Washington definitely harps on that as well. It's like we all didn't. We all come from different schools. We all didn't. The year before didn't go the way we wanted it. So like we all got a chip on our shoulder to show that we're the best. So.
Does it feel like a little reunion with you and Coach Washington and JJ and Bush? Like all of those are very.
JJ been my best friend for the past 6 years since we started at Mizzou. So it's good to have him around, man, and just have familiar faces. It makes it much easier. You know what I'm saying, to get those guys and continue to build their relationships.
What should fans expect from him?
From who? JJ?
Yeah.
Man, he's a big, tall receiver who can run. He can do a lot of things, man. You just got to tap into him and talk to him a lot to get him going. But once he gets going, man, he doesn't know his true ability yet. But once he really taps into it, he's going to be a really big key weapon for us.
Jamar, you guys have a couple different guys in that quarterback room.
Yeah.
Last year, different people. Brock moving on. We're getting ready to speak with Cutter. What have you seen from Zach, Cutter, just different guys in that room? So
they all got different gifts, man. They all can spin the ball very well. That's all I can say. And they all good leaders, man. They all, Zach is 28 years old. You got Cutter who's freaking 19, and you got freaking Brendan and Stone who are younger, but. They all can spin the ball very well, man. And they're good leaders. That's one thing I can know from all of them. So they all got all different gifts, man. They all good leaders, man. And I love working with all of them.
Is there a guy in your room that you think we should keep an eye out for this spring that you think could be on the verge of kind of breaking out?
Both of the young guys, man. Shoot, I'm gonna be honest. All our receivers are good, but DJ Miller and Preston Bowman, those are two young guys that can do. They're really good. They can take that next step. You know what I'm saying? They learn a lot from us older guys that are in the room.
Coach Stoops has been talking about all the team building stuff they did this winter. Guys better go into your all's houses and all that stuff. How have you seen that translate? You feel that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the best part, man. When you're doing things outside of just football with each other, man, that builds that camaraderie and that love and that relationship that you need with the guys, and that just translates straight on the field. You know what I'm saying? And just holding each other accountable and knowing the standard that we have in the team. Appreciate y'all.
Second spring practice was the biggest difference for you compared to last year?
Just definitely taking my preparation way more serious, staying in the facility, staying with Coach Hamden, just making sure I have all the fine details down right now, and getting through the spring and perfecting our craft as much as we can.
Cutter, how's it different this spring than last spring? I know a lot of new guys. You guys took as many transfers as anybody, really.
Yeah.
And how's that transition going with leadership, personnel, all the things, all the transfers coming?
Yeah, no, it's been awesome getting to know all these guys. We have some awesome dudes that we got out of the portal. Great personalities. They're great for the team. Great camaraderie dudes. But But yeah, no, it's transitioning great. This is obviously the second day of second spring practice. I feel like everything's meshing together good. And I'm just excited for the rest of the week.
I thought it was obvious when Brock and Gavin left that y'all needed another quarterback. But what were your conversations with Coach Stoops and Coach Bush just about adding Zach and throughout that whole process and how they're going to approach that moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. We needed somebody in the room. Definitely with Brock and Gavin leaving, you know, we didn't know who all was going to be in the room right now at that time. And no, I love Zach. He's played a ton of football. I get to learn so much off of him. He's played in a ton of big games and a ton of different spots. So it's just been fantastic having him in the room, listening to some of the experience he has and the games he's played in, and just kind of picking up stuff off him.
Kind of with all the newness, how important was it for you guys to keep Jamori around, a guy who easily, with the opportunities he didn't get till the end of the year, could have left if he wanted to?
Absolutely, he's a huge leader in the program and on the team. He sets the standard for that receiver room. He's always on top of everything. He's a guy you can rely on to, you know, he's like almost like a quarterback out there at receiver. You know, I mean, he's echoing the calls. He's making sure guys are set, making sure guys know what he's doing. He's on top of everything, and he's really set the example for the receiver room.
Experience for you down the stretch. How did you take that in the offseason? Obviously, you played so well against First State Texas, then you got hurt. How did that experience help you kind of push forward this offseason?
Yeah, no, that experience was great, especially going into this year. I got to play in a few big-time games, and I feel like that experience is going to be invaluable for me this year, going into the season, knowing what to expect. We have a tough SEC schedule this year, just like we do every year, and I think those games I played in are really going to help me just for those big-time games we have this year.
Is there anything you took from those specifically? Say, like, I need to work on this, I need to do this differently moving forward?
I feel like the biggest thing I've done in the offseason is really put weight on. I've gained around 15 pounds since I came back from winter break. So I feel like just on the field, that's all translating. I feel like last year, that's something I knew I needed to get done in the offseason just to compete at the level I wanted to. And that's just translating in every bit of my game. Putting on weight, getting stronger is helping me in every single aspect of what I'm doing.
Coach Stoops said he made some off-season changes with the strength and conditioning program, fourth quarter drill. Do you feel like that's helped you all already, and do you feel like it's going to help you all when you get out here and practice and then when the games start?
Absolutely. I know I've gotten a ton stronger even since I've came back from winter break. Like I said, I've put on about 15 pounds, and I can just feel myself. Like I'm pushing so much more weight in the weight room, and what they're doing in the weight room right now is great. It's so translatable. I feel more athletic. I feel faster and stronger than I ever have, and I can feel that translating out here at practice while we're going.
What kind of impact was the team building stuff they've done this winter, guys, on you all just getting to know each other, hosting coaches?
Yeah, obviously that's huge. You mentioned all the transfer guys we taken out of the portal. Obviously that's a big aspect, getting all the camaraderie and making us a family. You know what I mean? That's really helping getting us to know guys that haven't been here very long, and just learning your teammates. You know what I mean? Having fun with the guys. You got to have days like that where you just get to know each other and have fun with your boys.
It's just 1 year, but can you describe the difference in like the first couple of days of spring practice compared to when you originally came in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's awesome having kind of being in the system for a second year, being able to go out here and perfect the minute details, and already most of these guys, our core has been in the system for a year, so it's just nice being able to come back to a second year operation and already have like a head start on most of the installs and everything like that.
I was going to say, like, with today's game, there's so much turnover, whether it is players or coaches. And how valuable is it to have, as you mentioned, that second year with the same offensive guy and knowing kind of what you're doing heading into?
Yeah, it's extremely valuable. Like I said, we can go out here and perfect things to the finest detail with like all of our plays. You know what I mean? I feel like last year we were just a little bit like everybody's trying to learn the offense as a whole, and now we can kind of get down to the basics and perfect everything in our offense for sure.
Okay, everybody good? Everybody set and ready?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, questions?
Sure, you obviously knew this program a little bit from your high school recruiting process, but what was it about this time that would make Kentucky the pick?
Yeah, just kind of recircling back from like high school and the relationships I kind of made from there. At the time, Coach Grand was the OC and everything at the time, and I've always kind of had a relationship with him throughout the process and throughout the years, and kind of just when I went in the portal and everything, Kentucky just made a lot of sense to me and where I'm at in my career. And then obviously I know Coach Stoops too from the recruiting process, and I kind of knew a little bit what to expect coming here, and it was a great opportunity. So yeah, that's what I went with it.
What's just stood out about this place, especially these first couple of days of spring practice?
We got a lot of talent on the field right now. I know there's a lot of new guys for sure, but everyone's starting to, you can see it already, like everyone's starting to really gel. Obviously we got some work to do. It's the first couple days of spring and everything, but the receiver unit, I mean, we look really good. We do. Getting open, creating separation, making plays down the field. Everything you'd want in a receiving group. And at the previous spot I was at, I mean, it was a really good group, and I see a lot of similarities, which is really encouraging, because I definitely think we can take a step from previous years and everything. So excited for sure about just the first couple days out here. It's going really well.
Obviously, injuries were such an unfortunate part of your story today. How does that motivate you? How do you use that to mentally, get through all that again?
Yeah. So I mean, the first couple years I didn't play at all. I didn't, just being a highly recruited guy at high school and then coming in and not, seeing a lot of success early on was rough. It was tough on me personally. ACL and like just a lot of little other things that kept me off the field, lingering injuries. So it was tough, but created a little bit of consistency at my previous spot. But I feel like just kind of getting to a late start there with not playing for a couple years because injuries kind of set me back a little bit, and that's why I felt like it was a really good opportunity for me to kind of create a fresh start. And but no, it motivates the heck out of me. Just not having football, I've been playing football since I've been 5-6 years old down in South Florida, which it's crazy down there. So it's like not playing for the first time was hard, but it's molded me into definitely a better player, a better person, and just kind of made me really appreciate the game a lot more. And I'm as focused as ever, because this is a huge year for me and a huge year for this team. Obviously want to get back to track and want to win a lot of games, and I'm coming from a winning culture, so hopefully I can bring that here. So I'm excited for sure.
Was the plan when they talked to you just preview? I know you played a lot of slot. Just maybe move it around.
Yep.
Use of your speed on the outside, or kind of be flexible.
Yeah, no, they're kind of moving me wherever. I can play anywhere. I played a little bit outside my first year when I was really playing at Clemson, and then this past year I played a lot of slot. So I have experience kind of at both positions, and I mean, they're definitely different. Slot and outside are different. It's a whole different route tree and everything. But just kind of my experience at that level, playing multiple years at both positions, I feel like it's going to really help me. Because, I mean, when you can know, outside and inside, you're not, it's hard to take you off the field. And, like, I'm just proud of myself in knowing both. So they can't take me off the field. So, yeah. So that's just kind of my thought process on the whole thing.
What's it just been like joining a room where you've got a lot of transfers? Position coach, what is that kind of process with that?
Yeah, no, it creates a lot of hunger. Like, we all are really, I feel like everyone has a chip on their shoulder a little bit, which is driving, the competitiveness and just the all around talent up a notch. And everyone's got something to prove. I got something to prove. All the guys, we're really talented guys, but we got something to prove at the end of the day. And that always creates a next kind of another step, another notch, which, there's no complacency in this group, and we got to go attack each day with, like it's our last. So, and then obviously LD, he's been great, him just coming in. So it just kind of it was a perfect fit, because it's a fresh start for everybody. So that's why, but no, the first couple days have gone really well, and I'm excited for the spring to keep going for sure.
I read that you kind of leaned on Nick Scalzo during your first injury at one point in your relationship with him. Did you talk to him during this process? Did he give you any advice about that?
Yeah. No, me and Nick are still really close. He was my high school quarterback and everything. So obviously he had a lot of injuries and couldn't really get going. He was a really talented player, but kind of injuries derailed his career a little bit. But yeah, no, he's when I first started getting injuries and stuff, because I really didn't have a lot of injuries my whole life. And I kind of leaned on him to kind of give me that sense of direction a little bit. That obviously You know what I mean? I'm a talented player. I just got to get past that. And hopefully, knock on wood, I'm past all that now. But no, he was super encouraging. He's a great friend of mine still. We still talk to this day. Yeah, no, he was a big help for sure.
All right, we're good.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.